Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and unpack the understated, but honestly, absolutely critical enhancements Apple is rolling out today. If you're the kind of person who likes to know exactly what's happening to your device before handing over control to that dreaded update screen, well, you are in exactly the right place. And hey, if you find this kind of structured, distraction-free breakdown helpful, please take a quick second to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us keep bringing you these clear insights. So, today we are looking at iOS 26.6. It's an update that might not look like much on the surface, but man, it carries some serious weight underneath. Now, the big question on literally every iPhone user's mind right now is whether to update immediately or, just hold off for a bit. Because whenever a new prompt pops up on our screens, there's always that little moment of hesitation, right? Like, will this make my phone faster? Is it going to completely drain my battery? Is it going to break my favorite app? It is a completely valid concern, especially as we get later into a software generation's lifecycle. To help you make that decision, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with a quick overview of iOS 26.6, check out some meaningful new features, look at the faster performance, dive into bugs in battery life, talk about how this prepares us for iOS 27, and finally answer if you should update right now. All right, Section 1, iOS 26.6 overview. The theme here is definitely refinement over innovation. So according to a recent breakdown from Geeky Gadgets, this update is entirely focused on refining the user experience rather than dropping some dramatic, flashy new toys. You're not going to find massive UI changes or totally new native apps here. Instead, Apple has essentially rolled up its sleeves to optimize what's already there. It's all about making your daily interactions with your phone more secure, significantly more stable, and ultimately just a whole lot smoother. Moving right along to Section 2, meaningful features, with a heavy focus on security and organization. Okay, this is actually really interesting. iOS 26.6 now caps your blocked contacts at exactly 500. For years, we've all just been tossing spam numbers into our block list infinitely, right? Out of sight, out of mind. But now, Apple has instituted this hard cap to encourage a bit of better organization. If you hit that 500 mark, the system actually pings you with an alert, requiring you to go in, manage things, and remove old entries before you can block any new numbers. It's a subtle little housekeeping feature, but one that definitely forces a bit of digital spring cleaning. Furthermore, there's a proactive new security measure that now actually scans incoming messages to alert you if a text contains potential threats or phishing attempts. This is honestly a fantastic silent guardian for your device. Instead of relying purely on your own eyes to spot some sketchy link from a fake delivery service, the operating system itself is stepping in to flag harmful content before you can accidentally click it. It's a prime example of Apple focusing heavily on user safety in this particular release. Up next is Section 3, faster performance. And we're talking about efficiency you can actually feel. So whether you're swiping down to search via Spotlight, asking Siri a quick question, or heavy multitasking on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, you are absolutely going to experience less delay. Geeky Gadgets noted that faster indexing has been implemented specifically for Spotlight and Siri, making them way more snappy. But perhaps the most exciting news is for you iPhone 15 Pro Max users out there. You're going to see noticeable gains in both single and multi-core benchmarks. In the real world, that simply translates to quicker app launches and a much more responsive device when you're rapidly bouncing between heavy applications. But of course, performance isn't just about raw speed, which brings us to Section 4, bugs and battery, and how Apple is creating a smoother overall experience. Apple has specifically targeted some seriously annoying, lingering issues here. Most notably, they are finally fixing a known bug that caused this frustrating UI choppiness while using low power mode. I know a lot of us practically live in low power mode, so having the interface stutter and lag was a real pain point in previous versions. Alongside that, they've swept through general bugs to reduce unexpected crashes, and they've actively patched emerging security vulnerabilities just to keep your local data locked down super tight. Now, let's talk power. While you definitely shouldn't expect some miraculous doubling of your battery life, this update highly prioritizes stable power performance under heavy usage, which is honestly a massive win for older devices. As our phone batteries naturally degrade over time, weird software spikes can cause completely unpredictable drains. Well, Apple has focused iOS 26.6 on keeping the power draw consistent and dependable. So, no magic tricks here, just really solid, reliable longevity to help get you through your day. Let's zoom out for a second for Section 5, preparing for iOS 27, because this update is truly the stepping stone update. By addressing all these core performance and security concerns right now, in the week of July 27th, Apple is very intentionally smoothing the transition for the massive iOS 27 update that we're all expecting this September. Think of iOS 26.6 as the crucial pit stop right before the final lap. Apple wants all existing devices to be on the absolute most stable, secure footing possible before they roll out a totally new operating system architecture. It basically clears the slate of legacy bugs so that iOS 27 has a pristine foundation to build upon. And that brings us to our final part, Section 6, Should You Update Now? Let's figure out your decision. Geeky Gadgets presents two very distinct paths here. You can jump in right now if you highly value immediate security patches and a smoother interface, or you can wait it out a bit if your current setup is perfectly fine and you want to ensure absolutely zero early adopter bugs ruin your day. Look, if you're someone who hates the very idea of phishing links slipping through, or if you've been pulling your hair out over that low power mode lag, updating now is a total no-brainer. The security and performance benefits are completely tangible. But on the flip side, if your phone is running perfectly and you rely on it for mission-critical work every single day, there is absolutely no shame in waiting a week to see what the early adopters are reporting on social media. So, based on your own daily usage, you really have to ask yourself, are you the early bird securing your device today, or the careful observer protecting your current stability? The choice is entirely in your hands. But if iOS 27 is even half as big as the rumors suggest, could this quiet little stepping stone actually end up being the most important foundational update of the entire year? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.